Now that I have been recently more open about my creatures and showing more details like size comparisons, you might have noticed something. Why is everybody so small? Which is kind of funny compared to most DC2 OCs I have seen the last 2 weeks. So in today's video I will be answering the question and explaining why I made this funny choice. First reason is I like being realistic. Creatures rarely exceed 4 meters in height because this fictional environment mirrors Earth, and the same limitations apply. Gravity that places stress on their bodies, oxygen availability is moderate, and resources are finite, so they all convergently evolve around this size range to adjust to this environment. And the second reason is more of a personal choice. I established this limit to keep creatures consistent, especially if we're talking about a world that brings animals, dinosaurs, rainbow wildlife, and many creatures of my own together. Having an average size range ensures that all those 3 dragons, lizards, and dinosaurs fit in the same food web. Take the upcoming Corallinosaurus vs. Moon animation as an example. Say dinosaur is nearly 2 meters tall. And about Moon, we are not sure how tall are the Iterator puppets in the actual game, but if the slug cat is supposedly a meter tall, that will also make Moon a meter tall, which will look really awkward in my animation. So I basically did the Jurassic Park thing by doubling her size to make it more reasonable in this new context. To show you how I decide a creature's size, let's just say I want to include Bisou from Creatures of Sonaria in my work. It's an example. I draw it on my style, write its ecology, some facts, and compare it to other creatures of the ecosystem I wanna drop them in, and then make a conclusion. Also, I just think that small creatures are way more interactive for human characters, because being small opens a new door of possible scenes that aren't possible for large theropod or kaiju characters. 0 to 4 meters tall is just an average. There are some creatures that are larger for one reason or another, which leads me to the last point. It's usually the aquatic wildlife, since water provides buoyancy, reducing the load on bones. But there are a few massive landry dragons like Archons who are on the more magical side of things and have powers. For non-magical creatures we have the largest flying carnivore, massive sea monsters, Spinosaurus, a sandworm, and not to mention that there's a bunch of really long creatures out there. There are fewer large creatures because I want them to stand out for their size. So to wrap things up, the size limit in Seeker's War is usually 4 meters because I consider physics and want to keep things balanced. And there is your answer. Before you go away, I have one simple question for you. What do you think Godzilla will look like in Seeker's universe? Leave a comment describing your expectations and I will make a design based on those comments, so good luck!